All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our friends and family call. We are so blessed to be part of this mission that is inspiring healthy living around the world. And so we're going to talk to you a little bit tonight about Juice Plus. It's 30 fruits and vegetables in capsule or gummy form. And I don't have the bottles with me. Do you, Michelle?
I had my here.
It's super easy, really convenient. So is it okay with all of you if we share a few stories to get started? I was introduced to Juice Plus 2 years ago by a pharmacist friend of mine, and I was in search of a tower garden. At the time, I am a pharmacist still, but I was working 3 days a week at the pharmacy and loved what I was doing, but I didn't really like the fact that I wasn't able to help people the way that I went to school to help people or that I wanted to. And that is, I couldn't control what they were putting in their bodies. And so I feel like your body is like a car. And so if the oil light comes on, you can find and fix the problem, or you can unplug the light. And so a lot of times I felt like I was just unplugging lights. And so I was introduced to Juice Plus 2 years ago, and I really have been able to help more people get healthy, empower them to change their health. And it's just been way more fun than anything that I ever could imagine. So our family had great results, more energy, better focus for my 4-year-old. My 2-year-old, who gagged at everything green, was asking for fruits and vegetables. And our 8-month-old that needed tube feeders never needed tubes. And we have, as a family of 6, not been to the doctor in over 2 years, which is really awesome. And so I really dove into the research, though. I was one of those people who didn't want to share it at all. And through reading the research, I messaged a mom of a kiddo with cancer, and she messaged me back and said, "How long have you known about this, and why didn't you tell me sooner?" And that's really why we're here tonight, because I really felt like I took an oath to do no harm, and by not telling people about Juice Plus, I absolutely am doing harm. So, Michelle, do you want to tell us your story real fast?
Sure. And I went and got my Juice Plus. So Juice Plus is pretty simple. And I think for me, for a long time, I kind of overcomplicated it. We all know we're supposed to eat fruits and veg. And none of us, even the best people, the best eaters, eat enough. So anyway, Juice Plus comes in fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule form and a gummy form. Yes, I have to snack on those a lot. So my background is, and I'm Michala Pitto, and my background is corporate America, real estate finance, 25 years. And I really liked what I did a lot, but it was extremely stressful, and it left me really no time for my family, my kids. And, I think right before I heard about Juice Plus, even right before I had kids, I had a friend of mine that lost her 3-year-old daughter to cancer. And obviously that hits everybody, right? I mean, how many of us on the call here tonight are parents, grandparents? Raise your hands. I can see you. Yes, most of us, right? So, when you have those kids, nobody can prepare you for how much you would love them. I mean, and with that, for me, came this fear. And so for me, when I had my kids put on that helmet to get on their skateboard or their bike, I didn't think it would protect 100%, but I knew it would minimize risk, right? So that's how I looked at Juice Plus. I mean, oh my gosh, fruits and veg, this is the thing that helps prevent cancer, any disease really. So for me, it just made a ton of sense. And of course, I'm very thrifty. So I decided to become a rep to save money. I, really had no interest in the business. Come on, let's face it. I was very busy. I had 2 boys that were, 7 and 8, a husband that was corporate and traveled all the time. I was working this business with finance, and I was crazy. I thought, I don't have time for that. And I didn't even understand. But what I did know is that my friends were always needing something because somebody was sick or somebody was diagnosed with cancer. And I would just simply share it with them. And that's really what happened. And I'm so grateful because not only was I able to help so many people over the years, but I also was able to, stay home with my kids, replace that full-time corporate income. And, what I saw happen with our family was just a bonus. I mean, I was able to get rid of all of my allergy meds over the counter prescription, you name it. Haven't been on anything for 10 years, which is pretty great. My kids, all those years growing up, no antibiotics, no sickness, having to miss school. They had this great skin even through adolescence. And my husband and my mom, who were sick all the time before Juice Plus, I'm not kidding, which meant that I had to take care of the kids all by myself, were completely changed. They just didn't get sick as often. So I'm so excited now because I see the future being able to help other people that want to stay home with their kids. To me, what a gift. What a gift. If that's something that they want to do, I know that we can help them with that. So that's pretty much my journey.
That's awesome. So we're kind of all about bridging gaps, and that's kind of one of the themes that you're going to hear throughout. So Juice Plus bridges the gap between what we do eat and what we should eat. We should eat 9 to 13 fist sizes of fruits and vegetables every day. And so Juice Plus bridges that gap. We also have another gap bridger in the complete protein powder. That's like the gasoline that you put in the car, and Juice Plus is like the oil that you put in your engine. And so that's the complete powder. And that bridges the gap between how many meals we should eat a day. We actually should be eating 6 meals a day. Most people eat 1 or 2 meals a day. And so that can bridge that gap. And then we also have the business that can bridge any gap because, like Michelle said, a lot of divorces happen over $500 a month, or, foreclosures happen over $500 a month. And it's not difficult at all to be bringing in $500 a month. So Nyla, are you there? We can't hear you. Just a second. Let me unmute.
Okay. No, I was muted. I'm sorry.
There's like a line going through.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Nyla and I didn't know each other really at all before Juice Plus, and now we are awesome friends, like sisters.
Whoa, what?
Okay. What? Oh, we aren't? Just some days. Some days we're sisters, some days we're friends. Anyway, will you share your family's story with us, please?
I sure will. Okay. So I'm a massage therapist. I work on people that have aches and pains. I'm actually a myokinesthetic practitioner. And so I get people from all walks of life that are post-surgery, chronic pains and illnesses that they just cannot, they've been to every doctor, PT, DC, whatever, and they're just not getting any results. And so Juice Plus has really, really helped my career because not only am I able to help them nerve-wise from affecting the muscles and the nerves from the outside, but with Juice Plus, then that affects them on the inside. And so it's just a perfect combo. It's been amazing. I've seen people that, I can get them all but pain-free, and they add Juice Plus, and they're just dancing out of the room. So it's awesome. What it's done for my family, I was in a motorcycle accident several years ago, and I was always in chronic pain with my shoulder, to the point where I couldn't sleep on it. I couldn't grab a gallon of milk, stuff like that. And my surgeons actually, said, I'm not going to be your surgeon anymore if you don't do things the way I tell you to. And I thought, well, who really needs a surgeon, right? I don't want to have a surgeon as a buddy. That's weird. So anyway, but so I kind of found my own path. And so Juice Plus has made it so I'm actually able to lay on my shoulder again. I don't have any pain. Just yesterday I seen 15 people where before Juice Plus I would have seen 4. So it's been a huge difference in my life that way. And my 8-year-old son had eczema since he was 1, and that cleared it up within 2 weeks. His skin is clear, and it used to flare, all over his little body. He'd scratch himself till he bled in the night, and he's been able to be on the swim team and all sorts of stuff that people with eczema don't do. So that's been huge for him as well. My 16-year-old had constipation extremely bad to where her 8th grade year, she was home giving herself enemas. So she missed too much school, and she hasn't had any issues with that since we started. And we've been on the product since January of 2015. So in her 16 years of living, this is the longest she's ever went without bathroom issues. So that's a huge thing. It's not even a conversation in our house anymore. And then my 18-year-old daughter was diagnosed with bipolar, and 4 months after coming onto the product, she was off all 3 medications that she had been on for bipolar, and those symptoms are just gone now. So huge changes in my family. And so I started the business, of course, like most people I know, they wanted to save money on the product. Not even, I was a huge skeptic, didn't even know if it would work, but I thought, well, in case it does, I better come in as a rep. And, of course it did, but I didn't know that at the time. Right. And so now first call I ever had with Michele Pitto, she's like, what would you do with an extra $500? And I'm like, what would I do with an extra $500? And I said, I want to pay off my student loans. And that's been the one bill, and then I would be debt free. And so I finally got that done.
Yay.
So that's pretty big deal. Big deal. I've been working on that sucker for a few years.
Awesome.
So that's my story.
Well, first of all, Nyla, I want to say, if you ever want to get rid of that light above your kitchen table, I want dibs on it. We did a Zoom call at her house, and it's like you just naturally just glow with that light over you. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about, I think, was a bigger issue for me than it was for Nyla. So I'm assuming that Nyla got past this quicker, and that's why she's going to be the one to talk about it. But this is the elephant in the room, the reason that I didn't want to share Juice Plus to begin with. And it was because of that, I didn't want it to be one of those things, the pyramid scheme word. So Nyla, do you want to explain what this is? Can you guys see this? Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so the triangle on the left that has the arrows going up, and then it says CEO at the top. So that would be, pyramid scheme wasn't a big thing for me. I'd heard of it, but I didn't care. I thought, well, if Michaela tells me it works, whatever. But I'm all trusting here. But so imagine that being, let's say, Walmart. Everybody shops at a Walmart. So you've got your checkout ladies on the bottom, right? You've got, 20 lines, only 10 open, but that's the checkouts. And then as it goes up, then at the point, you've got the CEO. You've got one top dog, and he's making all the money while these checkout ladies are just slaving down here, right? And so are those checkout ladies ever going to get to the top to be the CEO? Possibly. Very, very unlikely, I would say. What, Michaela?
I said 1 in a million, yeah.
1 in a million. I mean, it could happen, but the likelihood is slim to none. So that's the pyramid. I mean, that's any corporate business, really. And then if you go to the triangle on the right, so that's an upside down triangle. So that represents a business like Juice Plus. So where we all start at the bottom at the point. And so we've all been there, or we're all there right now. And then as you grow, you get bigger and the triangle gets broader. So then like Michaela and Michele are clear up at the top, and they're the NMDs.
There's plenty of room up there.
Yep. So with this triangle, the base is itty bitty, nobody wants to be there, and everybody wants to be to the top, and it's completely attainable for anybody and everybody. It just depends on, how bad you want it and how much you want to work for it. So,
and everybody at the top wants to help you get to the top too, as a little bit different than a traditional business where the higher up you are, they don't want you to take their job, right?
Right.
Yep.
Nyla, I know the community means a lot to both of us. So, I mean, in a corporate world, and this one, it's kind of like competition for who's going to edge the other one out, and UFC matches go on in the boardroom and stuff like that. So talk from our experience, because I know we are about to embark on our 4th conference now. Is that right?
4th conference.
Is that right? Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. 4.
So we were like small town Nebraska girls. I don't know about you guys, but I had never left my kiddos other than to have another baby in the hospital, not even for a night, until Mark and I went to Sacramento. So just for a snippet, talk about the community and kind of what it's meant to some Nebraska chicks who needed to broaden their horizons and how that's worked out for us.
How has that worked out for us? Well, actually it has been awesome. The community is amazing. I'm an introvert, amazingly enough. And Michala has pulled me out of my shell, slammed it shut so I can't even crawl back in. And so, but the community, I mean, we were just talking, we haven't been to a conference where, you know, like with other things, you get enough women in one room and there's going to be a cat fight somewhere. I mean, it's just, you cannot put women together and they get along. But there hasn't been any incidences at any conference. Everybody is happy, and I mean, it's just been awesome. And it's like, you know, one team, one mission. Even though we're all sideline buddies or whatever, everybody is there to help. So if you're at a conference and you're sitting by somebody you don't even know and the speaker's talking about something, you could just reach over and go, or, you know, lean over and ask them a question, and they're not going to go, well, I'm not going to tell you that because you're going to get another customer. I'm not. But it doesn't make sense. Everybody gets along with everybody. It's fabulous.
It's crazy. I know. It's still unbelievable to me. Okay, so next, a lot of people have this misconception that I don't want to sell it. And so Michelle is going to clear that up a little bit for us. Will you talk about the numbers, Michelle, a little bit? And the next time I'm going to revert, like I'll draw them in the mirror image. So hopefully you guys can, is it backwards for you guys?
No.
Oh, it's only
right.
It's only backwards for me. Okay, well, I need to write bigger, clearly. Put on your bifocals, and will you tell us a little bit about the numbers, why you don't have to be a salesman?
So this is kind of cool, because remember, I was like, I am so busy. There's no way I have time for another business. And I know we live in a world now with social media and like everybody's busy. I don't care if you homeschool 5 kids, if you work a full-time job and homeschool 5 kids, or you stay at home and send your kids to school, everybody is busy. And that's a big concern. And this business, what's so great about it is our whole business model is just designed around developing a small customer base of like 25 to 40 people. Some people do it really fast. Some people take a few years. Most people do it within a 4 to 6 month time range. And when you develop that customer base of just, like I said, the 25 people, you've created this residual income of like $500 a month. And that's what Nyla and I had originally talked about, like she had alluded to. But what's great about it is our company teaches you while you're learning, they're paying you. So you're going to earn bonuses during that time frame. Like I said, some people do it really fast. Some people do it, you know, it takes them more like 6 months, whatever. But you're earning, and I know, Michala, you're going to touch on this, but more like, you know, around $1,500, $1,800 just in bonuses. So people are always shocked. How did you get to the top company with just a small customer base? Well, because some of my customers end up loving it so much that they start sharing it with people. Because when you believe in something like a movie, right? I mean, you go to a movie. How many of us have been to that great movie or that great restaurant, and we tell our friends about it? When's the last time your movie theater sent you a paycheck, right? Because you sent them somebody, you know, you referred somebody. Well, that doesn't happen, right? But in our business, actually, the more your paycheck grows, it means the more lives you touch. But me, I can only touch so many lives. I only know so many people, right? So the concept of the numbers, it works in everything in life, but I want to break it down to our business. So how many of you know 2 people that would like to look better, feel better, and make some money and have some fun, right? Does everybody know 2 people that would like that? I think pretty much, right? So in this scenario, if I bring in, if you can see the thing that Michala's holding up, I bring in two of my friends, and I'm like a well-paid teacher, basically. I train them. I work with them. I want to help them, whatever their goals are. It's their agenda. But I teach them, and then they teach 2, and then those 2 teach 2, and those 2 teach 2. So you can see we end up with the 16 people teach 2, so then you end up with 32. If you add all of those individual people up, it adds up to 62 people. Now, I only taught 2 people. I just taught them well so they could teach, and they could teach, and they could teach, right? So that's how we end up with 62. Now, let's look at this next scenario. Let's say I really know at least 5 people. And I think most of us would say we do know at least 5 people, right? Most of us have 5 friends. But needless, I teach 5. Same thing. It's really just as easy to teach 5 as it is to teach 2. So I teach 5. Those 5 teach 5. Those 5 teach 5. So 25 teach 5. That's 125. The 125 teach 5. That's 625. They teach 5. That's 3,125. You add all of those numbers together, you've touched 3,900 lives into your business, but yet I only brought in 5 people. I worked with 5 people. Now, what's the difference there between the 2 and the 5, right? It's only 3, but the difference between 62 and 3,900 people is significant. So you can see that it makes sense to bring in 5. But if you just bring in 2, you still touch a lot of lives, and you can still see how this business, and ironically, having 5 people in your business that you bring into this business is the number that it takes to reach national marketing director, right? And I know Michele is going to touch on what that looks like, but I just wanted you to understand that the power of the numbers. And once again, $500 a month, most people are not going to quit their day job for that. And I don't want to put limitations on people, because obviously I replaced a full-time corporate income. Michele replaced her income as a pharmacist. But, a lot of people come in, like Nyla, just wanting that 500 so she could pay off her student loans. And that's pretty powerful, because you would have to have $150,000 in the bank earning 4% interest to generate $500 a month. And it's a lot easier for us to help you earn $500 in this business in the next 4 to 6 months than it is for me to help you save $150,000. I'm guessing, right?
Does anyone have any investments that are making 4%?
I know, right?
That's wishful thinking for sure. Okay, well,
but the math worked. I took a number and I multiplied it, and I'm like, okay.
Absolutely. No, I'm not. That was perfect. Okay, this is our trusty stairway to success here. And so I don't want this to overwhelm anyone, but here's the deal. When I got on a connection call just like this with Michele, I was making good money at the pharmacy. I was happy at the pharmacy. She asked me what I was going to be doing in 5 years, and my 5-year plan looked the same then as it did the day that I was on the call. And so really then 4 months later, I already knew that Juice Plus was my passion. I already knew that I was helping more people with Juice Plus, and it was way more rewarding. But I, was still working at the pharmacy until we had our daycare incident that would have forced me to stay at home. And had Michele not done such a fabulous job of going over this with me, I wouldn't have had that archived in the back of my head, and it would have been a way more stressful time in our life for sure, not knowing that I had this that could transition into my plan A. And so we don't want to scare you with the numbers or anything like that, but just tuck this away, and hopefully it'll speak to somebody. So we all come in right here. This is a dealer. And so what happens is we share, just like we do a nice restaurant or whatever, with 2 people. We can all think of 2 people that want to get healthy. They have smiley faces, see? And that's 500 points, and that's your HLP, or healthy living plan. You have 30 days to do this. Most people crush this in 72 hours or a week, and that's awesome. And so what happens is the company sends you a $100 thank you bonus for living the mission and inspiring healthy living. And then the next commission level, you get a 6% raise too. Holler if I forget something, anyone. Anyway, the next commission level is VF, this virtual franchisee. And to get to VF, there's a few ways you can do it. But the most fun way is to bring in 3 DDs that do what you just did right here. And that's called your 2000 plus. And you have 60 days to do that. And when you do that, you get a $250 bonus. So can anyone think of something that they would like to do with $250? I mean, I can think of a lot of things, right? Yeah. That's so fun to get those bonus checks in the mail, really, for getting yourself healthy, helping a few people get healthy, and teaching people about their health, which is something I never learned in pharmacy schoul. I mean, we didn't learn anything about this. So it's fun. And then the third.
Michele, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Of you guys on the line, you can hold your hand up. How many of you guys have received any bonuses? Any of you? Yeah, I see some hands up.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, yeah. Right? It is. Like you said, it's fun.
That's
right.
Go
on.
So then once you hit VF, you get the $250 bonus, and then you're at a 14% commission level. So rather than making $39 a box like you would make down here, you're actually making $62 a box, which is a substantial difference if you have 25 to 40 customers. So that is the VF. And then to get to sales coordinator, all you do is help 3 people do what you just did in getting to VF. And so the company sends us team building bonuses for helping people do what we just did. So you get $250 for this one, $250 for this one, and $250 for this one. So that's $750 just for helping people, live the mission and inspire healthy living. You also get a $500 bonus for reaching sales coordinator. So you could do all of this in 6 months or less, and you have the potential to earn $1,800 in bonuses, which is so cool. And then, eventually you get 5 sales coordinators and you're a national marketing director. And, like I said at the time that I did a call just like this, I didn't need the benefits. Now that I have the benefits, it's amazing. Life insurance, disability, health insurance, nursing home insurance, dental, vision, orthodontics for kids, which is crazy. I just took our little girl to the eye doctor and realized that she has really bad eyes. And they completely covered the glasses and her exam, and I was just shocked leaving there. But they also have college tuition reimbursement. So I know there's a lot of mamas on the phone, and that's awesome because what other company does that? Michelle's taking advantage of that right now with 2 boys in college.
I am.
That's awesome. And we get a Christmas bonus. So that's kind of just a real quick overview of what your $50 buys you. In addition to having a state-of-the-art virtual office that mails the product to the people, they bill the people for the product. They troubleshoot anything we need, and they're just absolutely amazing to work with. If you've ever had to call distributor support, they're phenomenal. I just got back from Memphis in August, and we toured all of the facility. And Juice Plus has been around for 23 years. The company's been around for 45 years, but the average person in the shipping department is 18 years of being employed with Juice Plus. So their attrition is almost zero. Corporate, the average person has been employed there 23 years, which is so awesome. And anyway, it was so fun to meet these people that we talk to all the time on the phone. So Michele and Nyla, did I forget anything, or can you think of anything else to add?
No, I think that was very comprehensive. I know everybody, and look at that. Dang, half an hour. High five.
I need a V8 here. So, okay. Well, thank you everyone for getting on with us tonight. We are so proud to be working for such a quality company, and we hope we answered some of your questions. So feel free to get a hold of any one of us if you have any more questions.